Audio check. Okay, sounds alright. See if I can brighten up the room a little bit. See how that is. Okay, it's a bit better. Stream Elements is on top of its game tonight. Lord Orpheus has arrived, casting Spooky Saturdays, Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Yes, we are back. We are back indeed. Hello everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Spooky Saturdays. I am your host, Lord Orpheus, and tonight we will be continuing with Alan Wake's American Nightmare. But first, let us start with our opening announcements to allow our other viewers the opportunity to join us for the night's show. So, I forgot that the camera is actually down here, not up here. So, as I just said, my name is Lord Orpheus. I stream 7 days a week from 8 o'clock at night to 11 o'clock at night, U.S. Eastern Time. Something important to keep note of regarding my stream times is that the end times to all of my streams may be extended. It really just depends upon my personal energy level, the level of enthusiasm we have for whatever it is I happen to be streaming that night, and the amount of content left to be streamed. Also know that I stream something different for each and every day of the week. Mondays are typically indie games. Tuesdays are retro games. Wednesdays host our weekly Just Chatting streams. Thursdays are dedicated to role-playing games. Fridays are typically about AAA games. Saturdays host horror games, such as Alan Wake's American Nightmare. And Sundays are racing games with multiplayer. So if any of those stream themes are of interest to you, then feel free to drop me a follow, and I hope to see you sometime during the week. And with our opening announcements out of the way, let us return to the stream of the day. So again, we are here for Spooky Saturdays, and we are continuing with Alan Wake's American Nightmare from Remedy Entertainment, if you're curious. When last we left off, we just got through Act 2, Scene 1. Alan Wake sort of made a time loop, and it seems Act 2 is his second go-through. We replayed through the first part of the game, which was the rest stop, and now it looks like we're back at the observatory. The observatory is a longer section, and so far out of the 3 sections from Act 1, being the rest stop, the drive-in movie theater, and the observatory is actually the hardest of the scenes, so I'm a bit nervous, because it seems in each act it gets harder. And what made Scene 2 from Act 1 difficult is that there is a part of the game where you are just rushed from multiple angles by enemies, and it is very easy to get overwhelmed. So I think the first time I make it back into that inner environment, I'm going to try and scout the area to see if there's some way I can funnel areas, or funnel enemies, I should say, down a single path, and just try to fight them that way, because it's very, very difficult trying to fight enemies coming at you from front and behind. So we'll see how that's going to work. Indy is here. Hello, Indy. Welcome, welcome. Indy says, going to nap for an hour, then I'll be back. Very well, Indy. Very well. Enjoy your nap, and I'll see you again soon. Excuse me. Okay. Let's give a shout out to Indy, a streamer friend of ours, last casting Apex Legends. If you are into competitive first-person multiplayer shooters, Indy is a good go-to person. He does Apex, he does Valorant, Call of Duty sometimes. Ooh, what's the other game? The one that used to, well, it still has building, but now they're doing a non-building. Fortnite. Though Fortnite's third person, I know. But if you're looking for something like that, definitely check out Indigestible Man on Twitch. Alright, let me don my headset, and we will get back into things. There we are. Okay. Alright, story mode. And continue story. And yes, this is the Xbox 360 version of the game. The Mount Redtooth Observatory, Arizona.
Mount Redtooth. Its top littered with man-made eyes that stare into the endless depths of space. Tonight, the champion of light will depend on them to pick out a message from the ether.
Oh, Creepy is here. Hello, Creepy. Welcome, welcome. Creepy has redeemed. Hello, I'm new to stream. Whoop whoop. Alan Wake and Bake. Yes, indeed. I wonder why it's still showing us having a key icon. Oh, we have a key icon to the observatory. That's what it is. Welcome, Creepy. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Shout out to Creepy, last casting Need for Speed. Creepy is another variety streamer who enjoys games of all kinds, but it seems especially science fiction games and Phoenix Wright, and is very knowledgeable when it comes to cars. Now, just a moment, I forgot to open something. I have my little walkthrough here. Purely for the manuscript page locations in this game. Doesn't help me in any other way. Though I did learn something about this game I did not know before. I thought we were almost done with this game, and I realized after going through the manuscript page walkthrough for Act 2, Scene 1, that we were still missing a significant chunk of pages. And I continue to go back to the walkthrough and scroll through it some more to see maybe if I missed something. No, I missed nothing. But the reason I'm missing some pages is because the game is actually 3 acts and not 2. So I thought we only had tonight and next Saturday to go and we'd be finished, but no, we actually have, including tonight's session, we have another 5 sessions to go until we beat the game. So after tonight, we'll be a little over halfway through with the game. So this is a pretty lengthy game. This is actually, I mean, I wouldn't say it's longer than the original Alan Wake. It's definitely divided into more scenes than the original Alan Wake. But each scene is significantly shorter, especially if you know how to speedrun this game, which I don't, but if you do, you can probably get through here quicker. Okay, so it looks like in this act and this scene, there are a total of 7 manuscript pages. Let's see here. We have... Two, three, four. Looks like we have 4 pages we can get roughly right now. Okay. Once you enter the gate for the observatory and fight off enemies... Oh, that's great. They're going to attack us as soon as we get through the door. Look to your left, and you should see the van in front of the open gate for a fenced area that has 3 large liquid nitrogen containers. Behind them is a manuscript page. Okay. Here we go. And from last Monday, we did switch up one of our weapons. Let's do our inventory check right now. We have a Magnum, which is ridiculous. I thought the Magnum was going to be the same gun that Alan had from the original Alan Wake. No. This is a much stronger gun. This thing is truly a hand cannon. It sounds like a cannon when you fire it off. On a weaker enemy, once their shadow is broken, it only takes a single slug to take them out. This thing is a beast. We have 30 slugs. We also have our crossbow with 25 bolts. You can only load 1 bolt at a time, but the great thing about the crossbow is that the bolts can pierce shadows, so you don't have to rely on your flashlight first to wear down an enemy's shadows and break them, though that typically doesn't take too long. Instead, you can just use the bolts to fire directly through. And if an enemy has a particularly tough shadow to break, you don't have to worry about it. The bolts will take care of it. So I think that's why I want to keep it. That's why I think I really like it. We also have a flare gun with 9 flare gun shots, which is crazy because in the first game you could only hold up to 5 flare gun shots. But no, in this one it looks like you can hold 9, which is pretty crazy. We have 5 road flares, which is the maximum amount of road flares you can hold. And we have 4 flashbang grenades, and I believe 5 is the maximum amount we're allowed to hold. So, what I kind of think is pretty cool about all the maps from Alan Wake's American Nightmare is that they're very small. They're very, very self-contained. Like this building here is where really you're supposed to go, and it looks huge, and it kind of is huge, but there's really only a staircase inside that leads up to the dome, and the dome itself isn't really that big. The map as a whole, if you wanted to run from one side to the next and you weren't forced to funnel through maze-like pathways, is very, very small. But that doesn't detract.
As history repeats itself, the man remembers the patterns. He knows that he needs the missing part for the telescope.
I better find Dr. Meadows' car. That's where the camera should be.
I don't know how he's going to do that, but okay. Ah, Swank's here. Yo, Orfeo. Hey, Swank, how you doing? What is it, Stuart? I thought you'd be over with the pre and movie night right now. How am I feeling? I'm feeling alright. Getting through another scene here in Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Oh, you're a lot drunk? You ain't gonna lie? Well, as long as you're in a safe place, get your drink on. Oh, you already watched it? I haven't seen it yet. But all my stream times are from at least 8 o'clock at night to 11 o'clock at night, so I'd have to miss it. Oh. Lore, not a lot. Lore means a little in Baltimore talk. I gotcha, I gotcha. You're a little drunk. Well, you are welcome to hang out here and keep me company. I don't know if you ever played Alan Wake, but my Saturday streams are typically dedicated to horror games, and this one it's been pretty fun so far. This is what I'm kind of like suggesting that pre-play, but I know she's not gonna play because she's not into jump scares. Never played it? Oh, it's good. It's the first game, Alan Wake, is more atmospheric. It's more psychological horror. There are some jump scares, but it's just the atmosphere and the sound design and the music that really gets you. And you're constantly threatened by many different things. And those things are typically more powerful than you are. You're more sane than they are, which is how you're able to overcome the challenges, but you're typically facing some pretty scary stuff. In this game, Alan Wake's American Nightmare, just out the gate, you have some crazy weaponry. Almost at the very beginning of the game, you can get yourself an Uzi, which is crazy. In the first game, you couldn't even come across anything nearly as strong as an Uzi. And like in this game, at the very beginning, you get one. Though I swapped that for a Magnum. And you have, it's more action-oriented. It's more like a Resident Evil game now. But Alan Wake 2 it's looking to be sort of a balance between the original game and this one. So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. It drops next year. Ain't no print asking play to play, nothing scary. I mean, I don't know, like, when I think of Alan Wake, especially Alan Wake's American Nightmare, it's really more like a Dark Souls game. Not in terms of difficulty, but like in Dark Souls, you fight some scary looking stuff. I mean, it's not a horror game exactly, but it has like some horrific qualities to it. That's kind of like Alan Wake's American Nightmare. The original Alan Wake, though, is really more of a horror game. They got the GTA map for real. My weapons are a Magnum, a crossbow, flare gun, road flares, and some flashbang grenades. Neat thing about the enemies in this game is they're covered with like a shadow, and so long as that shadow is on them, they're immune to all damage. And you have to use your flashlight and focus it on them in order to break their shadow, and then you can kill them. The only weapon, for some reason, that doesn't need to have that shadow broken is a crossbow bolt that can fire through their shadow. But this could be a pretty cool, crazy game. This is the Xbox 360 version of it. It's a bit old. This is also on PC. Oh. Oh, already? What the heck is that? Oh! Oh, I'm gonna die. What hit me? Oh, someone's throwing grenades at me. That's what it is. Come here. No, 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 no. I saw more than that. I saw more. The gate shut behind me. I thought I saw like one or two more enemies. Oh, this game. This is a zombie game? Never mind. No, this game's weird. This, I don't want to spoil it for you in case you ever play, because I do suggest people play this game. But basically, in Alan Wake's American Nightmare, he's trapped in this dark world. A world of like a... Basically, it's a nightmare. And he's trying to figure out how to escape. And one of the ways he's sort of gotten himself into this is he's an author. And so he wrote a story, and there was this dark, malevolent presence that sort of influenced his writing, and it sort of pulled him into this environment. And so now he's trying to figure out how to get himself out. And he's like, well, if I wrote myself in, maybe I can write myself out. And so this whole place, this whole thing is a story that he wrote. But in order for the story to be legitimate, he has to give himself risk. He has to make it so that he almost dies during certain encounters. So he has to sort of encourage the darkness to manifest itself and to attack him, so that he can overcome it, and eventually he can try to escape the town. So that's sort of the story behind this. So this is all like fictional, but because it's fictional, really crazy stuff can happen. Typically the humans in this game are controlled by a dark presence, and it's... the dark presence is strong enough to make them do its bidding, like to attack a person, but it's not strong enough to access that person's, what would you call it, higher senses or higher degrees of processing things. So like a zombie, the shadow beings can attack you, and if they're on top of something, like on top of a platform, they can jump down to attack you, or they can run upstairs and attack you, but they're not smart enough to do things like climb a ladder or even fire a gun. They can throw a grenade at you, which is something that's new to this game, but they can't do anything more complicated than that. Now, in Act 1 of this game, we sort of played through 3 scenes: a rest stop, an observatory, and a drive-in movie theater. And then something happened and he got swept all the way back to the rest stop in Act 2, Scene 1. And now it's like he's basically replaying the first act, but now you as a player and him as a character have knowledge of what happened. That's what I'm looking for. Have knowledge of what happened from the first... Oh, crap. Get on out of here. Oh, crap. Oh, double crap. How are they dying? What the heck is going on here? This hand cannon is no joke. Hold on, let me pause it. That was my fault right there. So in this game, it seems like there are triggered enemy encounters. When you walk into certain locations, enemies will spawn and attack you. But if you just hang out in an environment that's dark long enough, enemies will just randomly spawn and attack you, which is pretty crazy. That is not something that happened in the original Alan Wake. But in this game it is. It's more action-oriented. But, oh, I don't remember what I was saying now. Just, the enemies threw me off so much. Oh. So now his story is that he's supposed to come here where there's a scientist. There we go. Where there's a scientist that is looking up at the stars, and she sees a weird message in space, I think written in the star pattern. And in the in Act 1, a camera of hers was damaged, and we had to find a spare lens in her trunk. Then we installed it for her, and then she was able to decipher or give us a printout of some of the message, but not all of it. And that led us to our last location, the movie theater. So now we're finding out more information in Act 2 from the different characters we're talking to, because since I guess we know more of what's going on in Act 2, we're able to give the NPCs more information, and in return they're trusting us more, and they're giving us more information in return. So right now we're supposed to go to this lady's... We're just going to kind of cut straight to the chase and go to this lady's car first before we talk to her, get her lens, and go talk to her and see if we can install it, and then she can decipher the same message that she deciphered before and perhaps give us some added information. Kirby says, aha, ha, ha. Stop, I'm dying over here. Oh, Dr. Meadows.
Rachel Meadows got the call from Michael, telling her to hurry to the observatory. She didn't waste any time. It had been a nice party. She'd had a good time, but her social life would always play second fiddle to the mysteries of space. Michael never showed up, of course. He pulled over at the wrong rest stop. She never even thought about him at the time. The phenomenon in the sky above her was too fascinating.
Yep. Michael got killed. Alright. Let me see. Next page here. Oh, weapon chest 4. The hunting rifle. I'll go unlock it, but I'm not going to pick it up. As you make your way to the imaging array above, you'll end up at the deliveries building on the right of the road. It's the one with the white truck. Next to the door is the chest. Yep, alright. The only reason I'm going to unlock it, even though I'm not going to use it, is because if I decide to play through arcade mode, which I can tell you right now I'm not going to, but if I did, then you have access to all the guns in arcade mode that you unlock in story mode. Old question? Which game? Oh, oh, that's right. Yeah, last night I was pretty tired after I ended stream in Borderlands 2, and I'm just gonna go to sleep. Like, I literally went to bed right after I ended stream, and so I didn't update anything. Typically, I do that after I finish stream. But I'll update that for next time. Oh! Oh, there's still someone over throwing grenades. There he is. It says I'm standing on a page. It's like, it's right there. Where? Oh, there it is. I was like, what the heck is it talking about? There it is, the hunting rifle. Nice. Not switching, though. It's stronger than the crossbow, but I would still have to break the shadows of people to use it. I'm not going to do that. And because I know I'm going to come across an enemy that's going to be really hard to break its shadow. And I'd rather just have the crossbow to deal direct damage. Creepy says he was a little handsy for my liking. Ought to buy a guy dinner first before doing that, right? Okay, so this is Cosmological Truths. As you're making your way to the imaging array and at the deliveries building, you'll see this on the right as you pass through the fence opening. Very hard to miss. Okay.
There are places where our world is worn thin, and another reality brushes against ours. One such site is Cauldron Lake near Bright Falls, Washington. But there are others. That other reality is dark, vast, and malleable, always in flux. In its depths dwell vast forces and alien energies. They're dangerous. But in one of these places, if you know how, you can channel the power of that place and use it to shape reality.
Okay. And it looks like there's one more page that we can get. Just after the above, you'll see a car with the imaging array in it. You'll notice past the car a bright, shining manuscript page. Go through a hole in the fence to grab it. Okay. Oh, this isn't the... Never mind. I was thinking I still have to go through that whole electric fence maze that I didn't really want to do. But I just remembered, like, that's... What I'm thinking of is Act 1, Scene 3. Which is over at the drive-in movie theater. That's not here. Here is actually, like, super, super simple. It's super dangerous, but it is super simple. Where all you have to do is just get the lens, go there, screw it in, that's it. The weird thing, though, is I remember her car being parked someplace different. I don't remember it being parked over here. I remember it being parked, like, way down there. I'm probably misremembering, though. But basically, we just have to go around. Oh, it is here. Get her lens that's in the back of her car, come back out, go up the stairs, and we're done. So, tonight might be another shorter stream. We'll see. Weeping Angel of Cars? Perhaps. I kind of want to go up here, though. I hope this doesn't bite me in the rear end. But, I mean, I made some progress already, and I got some cool items. So if I run over here to the light... There we go. I just wanted to make that checkpoint. So now if something happens and I die, I start from where that light is with all my gear, instead of having to replay everything from the very beginning. Oh, I hear it. Oh, new checkpoint reached anyway. There's the car with the manuscript page in it. Or not page in it. That's the car with the lens in it that I need. It is parked differently, though. It wasn't here last time. It was parked someplace else, which is weird. But then the NPCs also have some memory of what's happened before. So they also react and do things a little differently as well. Wait, Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive? I've never... Is that a thing? I've never heard of Maximum Overdrive by Stephen King. The darkness.
The darkness rose from the depths of Cauldron Lake and took Alice. It needed words. It needed me to write its way into our world. She was leverage, a hostage. I complied, but with a twist. I put in a loophole that gave me a chance to fight back. I was hunted by shadowy enemies, but I faced the darkness. I fought it with light. I drove it back. I saved Alice, but it came with a cost. I was trapped in the dark place below Cauldron Lake.
So if you haven't played the first game, there's a lot of spoilers in here. It appears the pages. And looks like that's it. Then we get the lens, and then there's 3 more pages to go. Well, technically there's 4 more pages to go, but there's one that can't be missed. Also, it says we should have gotten one from the rest stop at the very end. Oh yeah, I think we read that though. Okay. I think that was Emma Sloan. Alright. Next is The Nature of Stories. Once you get up to the main observatory, outside still, you'll see a white truck with the open back. I remember that. You'll find the manuscript page in front of the rifle there on the ramp. Okay. You think that's what it's called? You can still see the town, the oil part burning over there in the distance. I like that detail. Yeah, last time she parked her car in a different place where there was a lot of spiders around that could attack you, but no, she parked it someplace different this time. That's interesting. Somehow, I guess she just left her car unlocked. Whatever. Alright, we got the lens. See if we can get out of here, okay? There's not nearly as many bullets in this as there are in the Uzi, but all you need is one slug to take out your standard enemy. Even your mid-tier enemy dies from a single slug, which is really impressive. So if you can aim... Oh, man. I hate y'all. I just want that to be known. Are they just gonna leave me alone? Or the stairs? Okay, the stairs. Sometimes they do that. You can either try and stay and fight them. Oh, there's... Oh, come on. Rock's blocking me now? Wait, what's that over there? I hope this doesn't get my stupid self hurt. I bet it is. He's looking over there. He's looking at him. So they're over there. Okay, we got some more ammo. I thought that was a flashbang grenade. If I'd known it was just handgun ammo, I wouldn't have gone over there. See, he's looking at him. His face is turned in that direction. You know what? Screw it. I'll go this way. I'm not going to go down and all the way around the front of the building. Sometimes this game will allow enemies to despawn. Just making sure they're not following me. See, last time her car was parked behind this building. Oh, they're following me. Oh! We got one. Dang it! I wasted a bullet. I hate wasting ammo. There we go. I think that's what I need to do. I don't like doing it, but I have to let him get closer before I pull the trigger. Alright, here's the next page. Let's get this. Alright, full on road flares again. We're not picking up that carbine rifle. It's not that strong. Alright. Oh, okay. That is in fact what it's called, says Creepy. Sent you a picture. Synopsis of the film is as follows. Oh, it's a film. I thought it was a book. Well, it's probably a film based off a book. After a comet causes a radiation storm on Earth, machines come to life and turn against their makers. Holed up in a North Carolina truck stop, a group of survivors must fend for themselves against a mass of homicidal trucks. A diner cook, Bill Robinson, played by Emilio Estevez, emerges as the unlikely leader of the pack, attempting to find an escape plan for himself and the survivors, who include his boss, Bubba Hendershot, and a newlywed couple. That sounds interesting. I think I want to see that. I like Stephen King, and I like Emilio Estevez. He's like one of the very rare actors where if he's in a movie, I'm likely to see it. It's an 80s sci-fi horror film, and I like 80s sci-fi horror films. I'll check it out. Maximum Overdrive. The nature of stories.
Stories come naturally to us. We can't help it. There are many different worlds, many competing realities within our heads, fueled by books, television, even barely remembered childhood tales. There's an endless supply of fictional concepts more familiar to us than anything or anyone real. We have a far greater connection to the fictional characters we know and love than the random people we pass on the street. Our destinies and inspirations are shaped by lies, myths, and fables.
All right, next page. Turn around from the above and follow the observatory around to the right. The very easy-to-spot manuscript page is on a box. Okay. There it is. Oh, there's an ammo box. I wonder what the ammo box is. I'm gonna need some of that soon. We opened that one last time. We don't have to open it again. No, we didn't. That's 40 manuscript pages. The Taken.
The Taken may well be the tool the darkness favors over any other. At some point, they used to be human, but whatever humanity they once had is long gone. Now they're just shells covered and filled by darkness. The Taken Mr. throws at me are more grotesque and varied than the ones I first encountered in Bright Falls. But I know how to deal with them. I'd be lying if I said they don't frighten me. But I've survived worse. I can't let them stop me.
Okay. We've got one more page we can find, and we're done. Then we can just do the story. The page that comes after this one is story-related, so it can't be missed. Making sure. Okay, yeah. Right after the previous manuscript page, look beyond to the smaller observatory. To the right of it is a pipe. Go ahead and run off the cliff to it. Where it makes a right-angle turn, look behind it on a rock. Oh, buddy boy. We have to go explore. Okay. Before we do that, though, I want to see if we can hit up the ammo crate. I just hope it's not where I think it is. You see him turning his head to the left? He senses something over there. Oh, crap. It's inside. It's through this wall. Now he's looking to the right. We got something down there. Some ammo. Alright, we got more bullets. They said run down the cliff and you'll see a pipe. Okay, I see it now. I see it. I see the question mark pop up. There it is. Lost in the dark place.
After my disappearance, they thought I was dead. I might as well have been. I know it's been 2 years. I know Alice has moved on. I've tried to find a way back to her, back to my life, but escaping the dark place is almost impossible. Time does strange things here, but dreams and radio signals can pierce the veil between the worlds. I catch glimpses and echoes of the world. Sometimes I send messages out. I can only pray that they hear them.
Interesting. Okay, that's it. 1 page left, and it says story related. Just like Fragment 1, this manuscript page is automatically given to you upon completion of the scene. Okay. Here we go. I'm not gonna chance it. I know there's items over there that I can pick up. Oh, I heard him. I heard him spawn. Doesn't have to be this way. You can just let me go. You can just let me go. Oh, they're backing off. One of them backed off. Hey, now. Come on. Hey. Now that's interesting. That is very interesting to me. That is not something that happened in the last Alan Wake. When you had enemies chasing you in the last Alan Wake, they did not give up. They literally chased you until you ran into the light, or they would chase you until you killed them. Or you literally moved to a point where they couldn't follow you because like they couldn't climb a ladder or whatnot. They never just gave up because you walked out of a certain area. So that's kind of interesting that they just stopped following me. Oh, she recognized me. She just automatically let me in. She didn't do that the first time. Close! Alright, we're safe. For the time being. Wait, where's the ammo thing? What? I thought it was... It's not in the bathroom, is it? No, it's not in the bathroom. Oh, I can't go back outside either. It's locked. Dang it! I thought it was in here, but it's not. Maybe it's upstairs. I hope it's upstairs. Oh, it is upstairs. That's right. I remember that. Okay. Now, eventually, the lights go out. I'm pretty sure this is going to happen again. And we're going to get swarmed by enemies. I'd like to point out, though, that because 1986, diesel was $1.08 a gallon. Some gas stations don't even offer diesel anymore.
I know what you're thinking. Evil twin, supernatural powers. But most of the time, I just like to keep things basic. I want you to understand that. like this. Need to get your hands dirty? No batteries, no moving parts, just physics. That's technology you can depend on. It's a classic. Speaking of classics, you need to be careful with this one, though. If the victim suddenly twists, you might end up cutting yourself. It's not really a workhorse, but I'm a sucker for this style. Now this is more like it. You've got slip-resistant grip. Believe me, you really want that traction once you're wrist deep in somebody. The blade's stiff enough so it won't open by accident in your pocket, but it's still really easy to open with just one hand. Now that's a big thing for me. I know what you're thinking. It's too big, too heavy. But sometimes you just need the extra oomph. If you're talking intimidation, this is gonna do the job. Also great for dismemberings and whatnot. You know, the messy jobs. I can't tell you how many things I've MacGyvered with this stuff. Okay, now, guns. Not a big fan. I mean, how are you supposed to really connect with somebody with a bullet? I want you to understand that. I take pride in what I do. We can't both be worthless hacks, can we?
Don't you wish we still had those prices? I do. Okay. So if the game's nice, and I'm hoping it will be, it's going to let us get all of our ammo back before we get jumped. If we get jumped, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be. And I have to decide now, when we get jumped, where are we going to be? Where are we going to try to make our stand? Preferably someplace where I can funnel the enemies into like a single area where they can attack me. And I don't really see... And there she is. Take that. Alright. I should be full on flashbangs. I don't think I can pick up another one. No. We're full on flashbangs and road flares. Okay. There she is. There's the ammo crate up there on the wall. It'd be great if I could just get up there. But the game doesn't let you do that.
You'll have to forgive me, but this feels very strange. It seems like this has all happened before.
I have the replacement part for your telescope, Doctor.
All right. Let's get it installed.
Now I'm supposed to go over there and step on the platform, and it raises, and I fix the telescope, and then I get jumped by a whole bunch of enemies. I'm going to see instead... Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there and I'm going to get filled up on ammo. And see if I can scout this area first. What's this? Can I get a flare gun shot ammo? No way! I got 10 flare gun shots. That's crazy. I gotta be able to hold... Okay, so if I run over here, it doesn't really look like they can attack me from behind. I mean, maybe they can reach back there, but I don't think they can. So I could run right here, put my back against the wall, aim. That's still a decent amount that I have to navigate back and forth, but at least they can't get behind me. Okay, I think that would be the better approach. They can surprise me just running right over there, and they can also... I don't know if they're gonna put grenade people against me. That would suck. But we'll see. I'm gonna try it. We'll see what happens. Let's get some ammo first. Alright. And I guess she's not going to let me visit her first. If not, she'd lower the elevator. Last time what I did is I basically just, like, stood here, and enemies kept coming at me from both angles, and I thought I could just go here and shoot, but I was still getting hit in the back by enemies throwing stuff at me from behind, and it didn't work out. So instead of running upstairs, I think I'm just going to try to run into that little corner area that we scouted just now. I feel like my Magnum is actually stronger than the crossbow. It's just the crossbow doesn't... I don't need to drop anyone's shadows to do it. To kill them. But alright, fix it. Run out. Run this way. Run over here. Turn around. And we'll try to fight from there. Okay. Hopefully that'll work out. Install the imaging array. Creepy asks, or Creepy says, headlong into battle, Captain. Make Custer proud. Can you get on top of you, though? No, they can't get on top of me from there. I mean, they can run on the railings above me, but they can't attack me through the railing. Installed.
I think we can give this a go, although I have this strange feeling that something will
Don't
go
start
wrong.
it up yet. There's a problem with the coolant system.
Yes, that's right. I remember. All right, let me think. If they're sabotaging it, they'll be at the primary coolant pipe outside. If you can secure it, we should be ready to pick up the signal. That is why you're here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'll take care of it.
Before you go, if you have the time, I'd appreciate if you came up here and explained a few things. All of this is very strange to me.
Oh, we're gonna have one less battle then. Well, maybe. So before, in Act 1, she tries to activate the telescope, and a problem happens. This machine nearly burns out. She shuts everything down, and then we have to run around to the main pipes, and we have to turn on the coolant valves all around this facility to have coolant pumped back into the machine so that we can run all the way back and use it. But when we get all the way back, as she switches back on the power, we get jumped. We have to kill everyone, and then we can make it back up there, and then we end the scene. But it looks like since she's already aware of that, we just have to go down and defend the pipes, or secure them rather, so that they can't be sabotaged in the first place. And also, this scene is much longer in Act 1. Because, like, first you have to just fight your way in here, then you talk to her, then she says you can't do anything because you need a lens, then you have to go get the lens, then you come back, then this thing overheats, then you have to go back outside, turn on the valves, then you come back, do a big battle, and then you end it. But since you already knew about the lens, we just got that from the very beginning. So that basically chopped out a good chunk of the first part of the scene. And now all we have to do is just go, I guess, battle to secure the pipes so they won't be sabotaged in the first place. Then come back in here. Then I'm thinking we're still going to get jumped. I also like how this game gives the option to talk to NPCs. Like, if you really don't care, which, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't care because it's Alan Wake. This series focuses pretty heavily on story. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. You can just go back outside and do the objective, which is what the star is telling you to do, to go secure the primary pipes. But if you want to, you can talk to the characters in between objectives and get more story info, which is pretty neat. Talk to the nice lady.
Hello.
I don't quite know what's going on, but I seem to remember having had this encounter before.
It's not deja vu, Doctor. This has happened before. We're caught in a time loop.
That's utterly insane. How could that be?
I can't really explain it. I suppose I could call it magic.
I don't believe in magic.
Neither do I. But I can't argue with what I've experienced. Listen, what matters now is the signal. The last time we only caught a part of it. I need the rest of it. Whether you believe me or not, you want to look into this as much as I do, right?
Yes. All right.
I realize that you have trouble believing this.
That's an understatement. I can't deny that what you say resonates with me on some level I don't pretend to understand. But for all I know, I'm simply delusional.
But it's not just you. I've experienced the same thing as you. Doesn't that prove something, at least?
Maybe. On the other hand, given your appearance, and the fact that you're trying to convince me that I'm not insane, perhaps you're merely a hallucination that accompanies my delusions.
You're not having a psychotic episode, Doctor. For what it's worth, I'm a skeptic by nature. I completely understand your reluctance to believe me.
There are people caught so deep in their psychosis that they retroactively manufacture memories and beliefs that conform to the situation at hand.
Sure, but you have to stop second-guessing yourself at some point, if you want to get something done.
Okay. I wish I could up the capacity of the Magnum from like 30 rounds to like 40. Magic Gathering still. Checkpoint reached. Goodbye, safety. We can't go that way. We know there's a rock blocking the stairs. The checkpoint lights are turned off. We have to go this way. Let's take this route. There's multiple paths up here. Actually, hold on. Why am I going to go that way? The star, I know where the star is pointing. The star is pointing the way we've come. So let's go this way. It's the most direct route. Yeah, we don't have to go back there at all. Oh, I hear him. There they are. What are you gonna do? You can't get... Oh, they can jump the fence. I was starting to get cocky there. I'm like, what are you gonna do? There's a rock blocking the stairs, so you can't come get... You can't run all the way down here. Nope. 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 Oh, come on now. Can they jump the fence? Oh, they can jump the fence. Oh, they're definitely smarter than the shadowy figures from the first game. In the first game, they couldn't even climb a ladder. Oh, come on now. I was trying to dodge. What the? That hurt them too. There's that Grenadier. Yeah, come here. I think the others despawned when I ran back. You're gonna hurt yourself there, buddy. Grenades kept rolling downhill. There's that glowy thing outside. I think it's my car. Oh, that's true. Wow, I feel like an idiot. I really do feel like an idiot. I totally forgot that you can go in here. There's supplies in here. Flare gun? Oh, we're full. So that's what it is. There is a limit. You can only pick up 10. Let's get some ammo. And open. What's in here? Oh, more crossbow ammo. That's pretty cool. Let's turn on the radio.
Oh, praise be. You guys are coming through for me. A pretty little light just started blinking on my board here, and that means there's a caller out there. You know, when the hours stretch into eternity like this, it feels like I'm stuck in a rut and just reliving the same endless night over and over again. I feel genuinely touched by someone actually reaching out to me, breaking the monotony. I just want you to know that it really matters to me. Caller, you're on the air. You suck, Eddie! Did you know that this is my dream job? True fact.
Aww. Oh, Creepy was answering the question of the day. Which game you spent the most money on? Magic the Gathering. Probably spent entirely too much money on that game. Been playing since you were 11. Gotcha. I thought when they were talking about Magic, and you brought up Magic, you were referencing their comments. Yeah, last time we didn't have to come in here at all.
These beams hate the light, am I correct? You should be able to turn on the lights and secure the area that way.
I hope so.
Doctor, can you hear me? I think we're good to go.
All right. I'll start looking for the signal. Please, head back.
I guess they didn't like that.
Return to Dr. Meadows. Oh, so they can't come over here and sabotage the liquid nitrogen pumps anymore. They seem pretty pissed off, though. I can't go that way. The fence is blocked. And Alan isn't strong enough, I guess, to climb the fence. I wonder if I can run in here if I need to. No, probably not. They'd probably still run in here after me and kill me. So I have to go that way. It looks like there's a leak in the pipes, though. I mean, maybe not enough is leaking out. We'll be fine. I hope that's the case.
Whole damn mountain's trying to kill me.
Oh. Hey, now. Why does it look like he's taking damage? There's nothing hitting you, man. Oh! Okay, that hit me. Hang out a little while, let our health regenerate. Angry fog! Because it's flinging crap at you, yeah. That's why there are pluses up there. I can heal once I get up there. And the path is pretty close. It's right here. Oh, come on now. This is messed up. These are all my heal points, all my checkpoints. Oh, here they come. Oh, they're not coming from behind me. That would really suck. Check, check. Reload. Okay. Oh. Nope. Nope. Gotcha. Dang, that Magnum's strong. That was like basically like a boss. Or like a mini boss. And I dropped him in 2 slugs. That's insane. This gun is amazing. That's why I wish I had more ammo. If I had like 40 slugs instead of 30, I probably wouldn't even need another gun. This would probably be enough. Oh, here they come again. I see you. Oh, it's a grenadier. I hate those guys. Come here. Bam! All the way from here. Heck yeah. Now that's something I could not have done with the Uzi. There's another one right there. Come here. Got you. Oh no. I'm coming after you. Come here. Come here. Don't run from me. Come here. Try and dodge down the steps. Reload. Alright, can you let me in, Doc? Doc. Thank you, Doc. And we're safe. Ooh. I didn't have to use my secondary weapon at all, like my power weapon, my crossbow. Which is pretty awesome. Like I said, I think the Magnum's actually stronger than the crossbow. It's just, with the Magnum, I do have to break their shadows first. Oh, I'll make it jump, darn I. She already turned off all the lights. Oh, she didn't do this before, though. Where it pans back. Actually, she did do this, where she turned off the lights and she panned it around in the sky. But that was done in a cutscene. That wasn't done via gameplay. That's really nice. I like that. I like the way the music has changed, too. How it's so pretty and calm right now. I feel like when we get closer to her, it's going to start going crazy. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's no more enemy encounters for this part of the game.
It's working. Please, come up here.
Checkpoint reached. Are we going to get to go up there? I hope we don't, like, try to go up there and then we get jumped and then I have to run back downstairs. This music is so nice. This reminds me of Resident Evil, like classic PlayStation 1 era Resident Evil music. This sounds like what the save music was like in one of the safe rooms, where you would see the large wooden crate container that you could store your items in and pull them out from, and you can save your game. That's what this music reminds me of. Or maybe the save music of a Silent Hill game when you're just sitting at the save screen. The elevator is down. Let's try to get some ammo, just in case. Alright, good, good. Alright, let's see if we're going to be able to... Are we good? Oh, I guess we're good. Maybe we just avoided, like, 2 big combat scenes. Sweet. Well, that's just rude. Light bulbs cost money. Evil darkness fog. That's right.
You find the signal?
Yes, I don't think it's quite the same thing we had, the last time. Still, we're definitely picking it up.
Are we getting the complete signal now?
I'm afraid not. Take a look at it yourself. I'm printing out a hard copy now. I'd like to ask you a question or two before that, though, if you don't mind.
What's in your mind? Pick up the signal printout. Not yet.
What's on your mind, Doctor?
Most people would find these events extremely disturbing, provided that they survive these creatures, that is. You seem to be quite adept at dealing with the situation. Why is that?
Yes. I was involved in... It's a complex story. I was in this small town, and a horrible thing from another dimension kidnapped my wife and manipulated me into writing this horror story that came true. I learned to fight it with light, and I managed to contain it and free my wife. But I was trapped in its world.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. So, I'm used to reality working in strange or even impossible ways. And I fought these things, not exactly like this, but close enough for a good while now. Of course, I have certain advantages.
He can manipulate the story. Since he's more in control of this story than the original story, that's why he has these OP weapons in this game. Anything else?
Is there anything else?
What did you mean when you said you have advantages?
At the risk of sounding like a lunatic, reality is much more fluid than people think. It can be influenced.
I didn't take you for a mystic.
I'm not. I'm a writer. And under certain conditions, I can, for lack of a better word, rewrite reality. Change things.
That's absurd.
But it works.
Assuming I believe this, why don't you simply, I don't know, write yourself some superpowers?
It's not quite that simple. You need to follow certain laws of drama, I suppose. You need to think about consistency and symbolism. Often what you write isn't anywhere near as important as what you imply. There are things out there that will take advantage of your mistakes.
You really believe in this?
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at me like that. You've experienced some of this yourself.
I will gladly admit that something exceedingly strange is going on. But this idea that you're somehow altering reality with your writing is ridiculous. You're essentially saying you're controlling my actions. Leaving aside the rational arguments against this, what gives you the right?
Well, it's more like having a destiny. A path you're on. You're not aware of it, but there it is. If somebody changes it, what difference does it make? It's what every writer does. If you write something that affects one of the characters, they don't really know about that.
I'm not a character. Are you saying that it's all right to take advantage of someone if they aren't aware of it?
Look, all I meant was that if you're genuinely making all your own decisions, and those decisions lead to whatever destiny you have, what practical difference does it make?
I suppose that depends on whether our destinies are determined by things like physics and probabilities, or natural reality, which is presumably neutral and impartial, or by some kind of an intelligence. If it's the latter, that intelligence makes choices based on some criteria. If we suffer as a result of those choices, there's a moral and ethical element involved, regardless of whether we're aware of its manipulations. Wouldn't you agree?
You're taking this very well. I thought you'd be hangry.
Me too.
I suppose I would be if I thought you could actually do this.
I thought she was angry. Alright.
Another printout. Another signal fragment. The message is still not complete, but it's another piece of the weapon he has built against his adversary. Mere words on a piece of paper, but in the right hands, they will hold back the darkness.
We did it! Act 2, Scene 3. The drive-in movie theater.
The last time the man came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
Oh, he's already starting out. Pick up the generator building key. So he already knows that he needs to go in there, get the key, run all the way out to the generator, which is a horrible, horrible place. Turn that on, and then come back. Oh. Out of all the locations in the game, this one scares you the most. Actually, it's between this one and the observatory. The observatory because of how it can be flooded by enemies, which it wasn't this time. But this place just because of the level layout, because the generator building is just, it's nuts. With the ways you can die and get hurt. But we are going to go ahead and call it here. It's gonna... Yeah, it should flicker for a bit. Okay, here we go. Yes, I know this was... I said it was going to be a shorter stream, and I was pretty sure it was going to be. The scenes in Act 2 seem to be much shorter than the scenes in Act 1. Also because we know what to do. We know the layout of the land. So, it was taking us between 2.5 to 3.5 hours, I think, the first run-through of these scenes. Now that we're in Act 2, they're taking like half the time. But, yeah, that's going to be it from us tonight. And, we will pick up from here with Act 2, Scene 3, the drive-in movie theater, next Saturday, for Spooky Saturdays. And, then I think we will just have the final act of the game left to go. So, let me see who else is streaming. And... let me see here. I don't know if this person's just starting or if they're just ending, but I'm going to guess they're just starting. Oh, they're just starting. They've only been streaming 5 minutes. Okay. So we're going to go from one horror game to another. We're going to raid Misplaced. She is streaming some Dying Light 2. So that is a faster paced zombie game played in the first person with some first person parkour. Alright, let's see about showing her some support. Misplaced, yep. I'll set up that raid and then make our closing announcements. There we go. Alright, closing announcements. So, if you are interested in all things spooky and scary, then come by next Spooky Saturdays for more of Alan Wake's American Nightmare. The next time I'll be streaming in general will be tomorrow. Yes, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. For Slipstream Sundays, we'll be having the... we'll be continuing with the 2015 reboot of Need for Speed. And the first hour is single player. We'll be trying to use our 1932 Ford, which I have nicknamed the Classic, to try to make more progress in Manu's style quest line. And after that, we're going to open up to multiplayer. Whoever wants to run some races, more than welcome to. We can either spend the rest of that time just running multiplayer, which would be cool with me, or if it's just single player after a while, which seems to happen. If we start with single player, we go into multiplayer, and then people either have to go to sleep or work or do their own things, and it revolts back to single player. Don't try to make more progress in Manu's story quest line if we haven't already. And hopefully we'll be able to knock it out and then maybe start tuning up our Lotus. So we'll see. But maybe I'll see you next Saturday for more Alex American Nightmare, or tomorrow night for some Need for Speed, or the next few moments in the stream of Misplaced for some Dying Light 2. Have a good night, everyone, and see you again soon.